Hello, my witchlets, and welcome to another episode of Kitchen Witchery and Other Spells. And that's what we're going to do today, is the other spells part of it. Today, we are going to make liquid dish soap from the supplies you see here. I personally like making all of my own household cleaners because I know what goes into them. And, you know, if you want to be really witchy, you can enchant them or whatever. And I have pets, specifically cats, who like to lick everything, like literally everything. If it's there, they'll lick it. And I would rather it not have harsh chemicals and such in it, because then I don't like paying vet bills. So fortunately my vet will come to the house, but I don't want that either. So anyway, what you're gonna need is pretty much what you see here. You'll need a 1.5 cups of boiling water, a 1/4 cup of Dr. Bonner's Castile soap, a bar of his Castile soap, tightly packed. So you'll use about that much of a bar. It grates really easily. This one is unscented and hypoallergenic. So this is the baby unscented formula. So you can use that. Any of them will do. You will need a 1/4 cup of liquid Castile soap. So I'm using the citrus scented one. About 2¼ teaspoons to a tablespoon worth of super washing stuff. Soda, that's it. Stuff, soda, same thing. And you'll need about a 1/2 teaspoon of glycerin. I have vegetable glycerin, and then some essential oils, 15 to 40 drops. Different essential oils do different things. We're looking to cut through grease, so I'm going to use orange to go with the citrus base. So the very first thing we're going to do is pause the video and reframe everything, because we need to start on the stove. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put our water over medium-high heat, and if it's not boiling, like mine had stopped boiling, but you're going to bring it back to a boil. Mine's kind of at a simmer right now, which is good. And then you're going to add your packed 1/4 cup of grated soap, and you are going to stir this until it is dissolved and melted in the water. And then once this happens, then we get to remove this from the heat, and we're going to pour it into a 1 quart mason jar. I think that's a quart. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thought I had the wrong word for a minute. But we're going to pour it into a 1 quart mason jar, simply because mason jars are glass and kind of like Pyrex. They're meant to take a high amount of heat, unlike my plastic dish soap bottle is not. So we're going to go ahead, pause the sec, reframe, and we're going to go back to the table and do the remainder. Okay, so now that we have our bar soap dissolved in our boiling water, we are going to add a 1/4 cup of our liquid Castile soap. And yes, I made a mess pouring that, because that's what I do. And now it's in the way. Oh well. So we're gonna add that. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of the super washing soda. There's no easy way to do this, so I'm just gonna make a mess, I guess. Go ahead, and I'll be back in a second. All right, so thanks to Cameraman Ken for helping me with this. I already put 1/2 tablespoon in here already, so this is the final 1/2 tablespoon. Again, it's anywhere between 2 1/4 teaspoons to a full tablespoon, depending on how thick you want your dish soap to be. And then we're gonna also add 1/2 teaspoon of our vegetable glycerin. There we go. And then at this point, all that's left is stirring it thoroughly. Now this isn't something that we can use right away. You're gonna have to let it sit for about 24 hours and stir it occasionally and just keep checking the consistency. It's gonna thicken, so you know, that's good. If it's not thick enough for your liking, then you can go ahead and warm this back up and add a little bit more of the super washing soda to it to thicken it. And then when you're done with all of that, you'll add your essential oils when it's cool so as to not denature the oil. And then you can set it at your sink and use it. So hopefully you like this video. I know it's not food, it's something different, and that's fine. This is the other spells part of things, and I'm gonna try to do some more of this kind of stuff in the coming weeks. We're gonna expand our horizons, so to speak, into different things that you can do at home that will, in the long run, save yourself money on buying different products that you need for cleaning. Maybe I'll do, I mean, let's be real. I mean, when I wash my floors using a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, and then 14 to 16 drops of the essential oils or blend of my choice, and then a gallon of water or so. And I go through and mop the floors of my house. And different oils have different properties. If you want to look at it from a witchy perspective or whatever, you know, define what your purpose is, and then you can choose the oils based on that purpose. Like if you want to bring harmony and protection into your home, then you would use eucalyptus and peppermint and things like that. If you wanted to, I can't even say this with a straight face because this is seriously, so patchouli, I hate patchouli. I hate patchouli so much. The only time I use patchouli is to cover the smell of a dead body. You know how many times that's happened to me in my life? Twice. Once was when my cat died in the bathroom. And then the other one was at Cameraman Ken's mother's house when we found her on the floor dead after 4 days? 6 days, 7 days, 6 days. I can count 6 days. After 6 days, I used patchouli then. Because yes, you need to. So that's my feelings on patchouli. I know other people have other uses for it, but I hate patchouli, and I only use it to cover the scent of a dead body. So it's very useful for that. I have occasionally used it in blends that I've used on the floor to help. Patchouli has a grounding kind of an effect. So if I need something grounding in the house, then I'll use it as part of a blend, but never by itself, and usually with something that's way more powerful and better smelling. So anyway, that's my long ramble on patchouli. So anyway, but you can use these different oils for different purposes. You can use the oils just because you like them, you know, whatever it is. I know I use, like in the summer and such, I'll use lemon and citrus scents because it's bright and airy, and it brings in light and lightness into the air of the apartment. So anyway, like I said, I hope you like this video. This is kind of one of the other directions that I'm going with this channel as well, based on suggestions from Cameraman Ken. So do make sure that you smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you can be notified when new videos come out. And you never know what you're gonna get. Could be food, could be household products, could be a sabbat. You never know. So just, yes, all of that stuff. Like and subscribe.